than you would be in a lot of other places, just because there
Yeah,
is so much going on.
there is, but I tell you what though, I do move around the city in taxis when I'm in drag,
Mm,
just because I've had a few experiences that have made me go, no, I'm not doing it. I've done public transport. I've done if I'm with a group of people, I'll do it. But by myself, I think like because in Barcelona, like you said, there is a lot of people are desensitized to things, but there's everybody's in Barcelona. Like
true.
you've got people who are like really left wing, really liberal, really like whatever, and you do have the Vox supporters. They're here as well. You've got everyone in the city. It's a big
Mm,
city and everyone's here, and there has been most recently there's been a lot of like violent attacks on gay people and trans people in the city, and in Spain in general. Like, I don't. Do you remember last year the young boy who was killed, Samuel? Did you hear about
no,
him?
I don't remember that.
No, he was killed just before Pride last year, or just after Pride. He was he's like 20 years old or something, and in La Coruña, and just got absolutely attacked by a group of people and killed him. Just wild. Just like so, like I'm very aware of that, and I'm not that I'm scared. I'm just aware. Like Barcelona, you get robbed in Barcelona quite
True.
easily, and violent crime isn't that common, but it does happen. And when I
Mm,
do read about it, I hear it happens, and it's normally my community that are targeted. So I'm
because
like, fuck it, I'll spend the 10 hour on a taxi.
yeah,
I'm privileged that I'm able to do that, but I always factor it into the gigs. Whatever I'm making in that gig, whip off 20 quid for the taxi there and back
mm,
because I'm just that's not worth it. I'm just not going to and trundle down because of course when I go to my gigs I go with suitcases and wig heads and stuff, so you're just really vulnerable anyway. So no, I prefer just to on the safe side because I have had experiences.
like
Um,
what?
so the kind of worst one that happened was Halloween, which is ridiculous. Halloween, everyone's dressed up. It was
Mm,
Halloween 2019, pre-pandemic. Remember, cast your mind back.
mm,
And I came out of one of the clubs I was working. I'd been doing a gig in, and I was going to just want to walk up the road. Um, and I was on like in Eixample, like David Tathion with like I don't know, David Tathion with Leo Lorwell or something like
mm-hmm.
that. And I think what happened was, from what I can understood, what I understood was the guys maybe thought that I was like a trans prostitute maybe, and they
Ah,
were asking for how much and stuff, and I was like that no, it's not happening, and then the altercation kind of rose a little bit, and they do it to attack me, but luckily under the wig I am a 5'11", you know, big boned Glasgow boy who, if provoked, will go into Glasgow mode, and you don't fuck with it. And I was drunk as well, and I was carrying my shoes in my hand,
mm,
so a fucking guy got a stiletto to the head. So it's just, but I didn't know that condone violence at all, but like that scared me. Like it was like there was two of
yeah.
them, and I had to. And
But
miraculously, there was a taxi driver nearby and stuff, and it was okay.
were they asking, trying to solicit your services or trying to solicit a service, genuinely,
I
or
don't,
they were just like
I don't,
taking the piss sort of a
I
thing?
don't know. I think it might be taking the piss.
Right.
I think they decided that they were gonna have a go at me, and then because they thought I was a trans prostitute or something,
Mm-hmm.
or I don't know. They had worked out that I wasn't a cisgendered woman, and they were gonna have a pop at me, and that's what they were, and that's what it was. Whether or not they were actually actively looking for business, I'm not sure, but it didn't. If anyway, luckily it ended in a I wasn't hurt or anything, but
Mm,
yeah, I've always and then I've had another few ones just and it can just be something really simple like someone saying something. It doesn't have to be a physical altercation. Someone saying something or shouting something at you, and you're by yourself is
yeah.
super scary, and you're really in that moment you realize, fuck, I'm a sitting duck right now, like I'm a target. So I just choose not to put myself in those situations now, and which sucks because I should be able to jump on and off metros, in full drag and like this guy and no and no one kind of bats an eyelid. And that does happen to the best times, but like I just don't want to be in a situation where it might not happen.
Yeah, I get you.
So it's still we're still not there yet. It's nice that you've seen it and you've kind of become like desensitized to things, but there are people who are if anything, seeing that sort of thing just irks them even more, and
True.
it starts it again, you know. So I don't like being negative about it, but it's realistic.
Yeah.
It's we're not. I love that a lot of people have come to that stage when they're like, "Oh, live and let live, do what you want." I think it's fabulous, and then kind of people ask the question, "No, why do you need pride?" You know, because we're everyone agrees with you, everyone's behind you. No, they're not.
Yeah.
Absolutely, on the contrary, there's still a huge fight to happen. You know?
Yeah. It's funny you should mention that, because I was actually, like Emma said, the drag show on Wednesday, that someone put drag on the host, and obviously, like, he's like, so they did like all the makeup and everything on him, and he's a gay guy, and he is relatively flamboyant in the way he dresses anyway, like relatively femininely. But it just got me to thinking, if I was there, I'd be perfectly happy for someone to put drag on me. I think it'd be funny, and I'd like to see what it looked like. But
You'd
then
be
I was
gorgeous.
thinking, oh, thanks.
Yeah, we can get those cheap ones right out, honey. Sculpt that nose down.
Oh, yeah. But then I was thinking, would I be comfortable walking home?
Right.
And it's not that far. It's probably about a 7 or 8 minute walk.
Right.
But it's not through a particularly pleasant area. I'd be walking through an area where there are a lot of, which Raval, so it's like there's a lot of unsavory characters there. Would I feel comfortable? Because if I was in, obviously I wouldn't have the wig on if I was walking home, but I would have some probably ridiculous makeup on. So everyone would be staring. And I'm like, would I feel comfortable doing that? And I probably would do it because I'd be curious to see the reactions. But would I feel comfortable? Probably not.
With a vulnerability to come over
It is
you,
a vulnerability.
you know? And guess what? You'd probably be absolutely fine.
I probably would
you
be fine.
You'd be absolutely grand because, you know, again, you know, you're a big lad as well, so you'd be grand. But there's still that, oh, what if? And and we need to get rid of that. I would love to get rid of that, oh, that scary what if. Still not there.